What's up, beautiful people? It's Hycent, and today I'm gonna blow your mind with my long-term review of this beautiful, gorgeous, and outstanding smartphone in the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. It's a one-year review, so I'll be talking about the design, the camera, which you don't want to miss the camera part, as I will be going to Carina Castle to take some beautiful shots with this, and also I'll talk about the battery life and the performance. And by the way, by the time you're watching this video, it should be New Year, so happy New Year to you guys. And let me stop talking, let's go. Okay, to kick things off, I'll start with the design. The S21 Ultra has an industrial look, all in a metal frame coupled with a glass on the front and the back. The glass, by the way, is Gorilla Glass Pictures. They say it's tough and hard to break, blah blah. My advice for you actually is to put a case on your phone, because glass is glass and glass will break. But man, this matte black color is smoking hot, and it does a very good job also in hiding, like, fingerprints on the phone. The camera bump on the back that houses the camera this time is made of metal instead of glass. The S21 Ultra design has held up very well for me in the last 1 year of using it, with little or no scratch on it. So let's talk about the display. The display is what you use most on a smartphone, what you interact with all the time on a smartphone. So the display of your smartphone better be good. So what are the specifications of the display of the S21 Ultra? The S21 Ultra has a 6.8-inch LTPO 120Hz Quad HD Dynamic AMOLED 2X display. Oof, that one is long. But that actually means that the display is top-notch, high-end kind of display. So it means it has a very, very excellent screen, and excellent viewing angles, and it's a very outstanding kind of display with 1500 nits of brightness. And with that amount of brightness, you really don't have anything to worry when you go outside. Direct sunlight, you see everything very, very well, and it can get very low as well. It can go as low as 2 nits of brightness. So when you're inside a dark place, the display will not affect your eyes. So the colors pop. Like, it's always fun when you watch anything on this display, whether you are doing anything, you are watching a movie. Display and the color, they are very, very good. So the display for me after 1 year has held up very, very well. So guys, let's talk about the camera of the S21 Ultra. Actually, it has 4 cameras at the back and 1 camera in the front. So the 4 cameras at the back, you have 2 telephoto cameras, one for 3x optical zoom and the other one for 10x optical zoom. That is a periscope camera. Also, ultra wide angle camera, and the main camera, which is 108 megapixel. Hopefully I'm able to show you guys some 108 megapixel shot, but for now this is 4K 60 FPS video I'm recording right now on the S21 Ultra. And behind me here, as you can see, is the Carina Castle, which will be going in very soon to check out and see what's inside. So let's continue this. Here's some camera sample for you guys to see. I should portrait 4K 60, front facing camera and ultra wide angle, zoom shots, and everything I'm going to test right now on this camera. So join me, let's go. So guys, we're out here in Carina Castle right now. This is the ticket, and I'm about to go in, and I'll give you guys a fun fact about Carina Castle. It was made, the first reference of Carina Castle was 1191, and this was built to defend the people of Carina from the Arab raid. So it's a very, very old building. So we're going to go inside and see what's up with it right now. This is my camera boss for the day. So let's go and find out what's new. Okay.
can see, the bricks are already falling off. 4K 60 FPS S21 Ultra. Let's go. So guys, this is the exit of Karina Castle. You know, we came here to take some pictures of the Samaung Galaxy S21 Ultra. It was fun. I took a lot of pictures and videos and all that. So it's time to go.
Yeah. So talking about the software, this is One UI 4 running on Android 12.0. So One UI 4 running on Android 12.0. So the software version is very good, like you can see. So starting from the settings, you'll notice this stretch effect. You know that when you swipe up, there's this stretch effect. There's lots of overhaul in the entire user interface. So for instance, now when you swipe down, now the brightness slider is now here, and if you notice, you will see that there's a kind of color theming that is working, and this is because with Android 12 with One UI 4.0, Samsung has introduced what is called color palette. So for instance, you can just go to your gallery. When you go to your gallery and you open a particular, and you want to set this as wallpaper, for instance. So when you click on the home screen, now set it as home screen. So the color palette is there for you it gives you different options, just like Material U in Google's operating system. So it gives you different options, and what you can expect. So you can choose, maybe it to be orange and all that. It's very nice. And also you can set this to affect the icons. So for instance, let me say I want to pick this one right now, or let me say this one, or this one. Then if I set it with the icons, when I go back to my home screen, you notice that all Samsung applications, they have the icon to match the exact theme that you are using. And obviously it works in lots of the applications. For instance, when you open your dialer, there's always that call, that matches, everything. When you open the clock app, there's, if you watch the switch on and switch on, there's also, even if you go to the stopwatch and all this stuff, if you go to, let me say for instance, your calculator, it works. And even when you go to the settings, all this stuff, they are all embedded in the entire operating system. So that is what is new with One UI 4, obviously. But outside that, if you want to, with the whole operating system, there's lots of things to do, lots of customizations to do. So for instance, I use a lot is this edge panel. With your edge panel, what it does is that, like, you can put shortcuts of applications by this side panel, so that, for instance, let me say you are on Instagram. Let me say you're on Instagram, for instance, and you want to, like, do something else. Maybe you're scrolling and checking out your pictures or something, and you want to do something else. You could just swipe down. Let me say you want to reply a tweet or something. You can take this Twitter right now, pop it on top of your screen, and go very fast and reply whatever you want to reply. When you finish, you can either minimize this for it to pop up here, or you can close it entirely to go. This is real multitasking. Obviously, you can as well open like lots of applications at the same time on the screen. So for instance, I can just go to this side menu again and pop up, let me say, YouTube and internet browser at the same time. When you touch it, it brings both of them for you. This is like multitasking. You can do it, and with One UI 4, the animation is like way smoother, like I can tell you. So animation in general with One UI 4 is very good. All the widgets animation, how they go back to the home screen, and all this stuff, the animation is very, very good compared to how it was with the previous version. And if you watch, the clock is dynamic. It can change according to the weather and all that. So all the widgets in One UI 4 is very good, and also the entire scrolling, and obviously it's 120 hertz. The entire stuff, it's very smooth, and all the entire changes are very welcomed. So the performance on this is very good. Like everything works very fast, and this is the Exynos model. Obviously, you understand. So I receive updates so far. Like, for instance, in my software information, I'm running the latest security patch, so, and the phone runs very well. Gets a little bit warm, to the touch if you operate it very, very well, and it gets warm and a little bit hot, but not as hot as the last year version. I used the S21 Ultra, and it's very, very bad. It was not good when it comes to like heat management, but I can tell you that with S21 Ultra, the heat management is very good on this. So you can open lots of applications you want to open, you can run whatever you want to run. All these things, they all work very fast, and the performance is very good on this. Very good performance on this. So it's flow. Next up, let me talk about the battery life of this. So the battery life, obviously, it's very good, and it has held up very well actually. So for instance, I used to have lots of screen on time. I usually average somewhere like 8 hours, 7 to 8 hours on a daily basis, and I'm a very heavy user, so I usually average somewhere around 8 hours on my battery. So, and it has held up very well, though when I had launched the 4.0 One UI 4.0, I noticed that the battery had degraded a little bit. It was not how it was, but just like 30 minutes different and all that. So the battery on this is good, and the heat management, it's okay. It gets warm if you are using it, obviously very hard, but not as bad as it should bring a problem. So battery life on this is very, very good, although not as I see it's a 5,000 milliamp power that we have here. So I was expecting something like maybe at least 9 hours, but for me to get 7 to 8 hours, it's good compared to the average of like 5 hours I used to get with the S20 Ultra. So there you have it, guys, my long-term review of the Galaxy S21 Ultra. So this is a very great phone, and I easily recommend it to anyone that wants to get a new phone right now. Although the S22 series will be launching in a month time, but that does not make the S21 Ultra a bad phone. It's even cheaper right now compared to when it was released. The camera is excellent. I love the camera on this very, very much. The display is good. The battery life, of course, 7 to 8 hours of screen on time is good, although not on the iPhone 13 Pro Max level, but still good enough. It will last you for a day and all that. It's actually won the best smartphone of the year according to Mobile World Congress, that they had held in Barcelona. So be sure to check out for more videos, because I did lots of comparison with this, with the Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra. I also did with the 12 Pro Max and all that. So be sure to check the link for all those videos in case you have not seen that. So until next time, be sure to hit the bell icon and the subscribe button. You know, it helps a lot. These videos are, you know, they take a lot of time to do and all that. So until next time, I'm out of here.